hard times they have just begun. I said you better hold on, hold on, Israel. Hold on, yes sir. Hold on, believe now. Hold on tight, hold on tight, all your pain, yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and might. See, I know He's got the power. It's very plain to see. Yeah. He put the sun in the sky and made many a blind man see. Hey. Come on, my brothers and my sisters, all. Let's get together now before we fall. Let's get together. For see the hard times they have just begun to be. Hold on, believe me now. You got hold on tight. Ooh, yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and might. Hold on, Israel. Yes, sir. You better believe me now. Hold on tight. Yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and might, by might. When the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed. You gotta hold on, hold on. 'Cause when the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed. 'Cause the Father is watching you, and He will see you through. 'Cause when the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed. 'Cause the Father is watching you, and He will see you through. 'Cause when the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed. Hold on, Israel, and He will see you through. Better hold on, Israel, and don't you hold on, dismayed. Better hold on, Israel, there's a blind man see, make a lame man walk, dismayed. Better hold on, Israel, you, blind man talk,
All right. All right. A lovely piece of music, quite poignant under the circumstances. My name is Shamsuf Arif, and this is the Real Talk for Real People study show, where we study the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaqub, and also get some perspective on his chosen ones, and certainly keep a pulse on our enemies. I, along with the administrative show, Nisanya Maisha, who keeps us in focus and online during the course of these studies, and certainly Brother Kaitriel, your friend, an elder that stands in the gap, an elder on the council, simply not an elder sitting on his laurels, thinking, I got it made, the hell you get yours. That's not how we think. That's not how we operate. And certainly, that's what we do on the Real Talk for Real People study show. I would be amiss in making mention of our enemies by way of Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and certainly our people, as far as the mistreatment, abuse, and domination, and sometimes killing one another because of social engineering and conditioning to hate anything that remotely looks like you and willing to kill it, mistreat, abuse it, and write a rap song about it, make $1 million. And some of you are sort of taken aback and aghast over how our young brothers are doing in these streets in our communities. We are not confused about anything in that regard. Reason being, by virtue of our studies, we knew how we were before we got here in our own homeland. That's why we kicked out of there. See, if we don't get these things right, certainly as regard as murder, one of the 10 commandments, thou shalt not kill, simply murder. You see, our young people, no one is standing in the gap and telling them, the Most High said, no, that blood is crying out from the ground. When you mistreat a little child and take the life of a little child, you mistreat a woman and take the life of a woman. When you mistreat a brother and take the life of that brother, that blood is calling out to the Most High. And we found reference of that in reference of Cain and Abel. When Cain thought he got away, and the Most High came to his attention. Hey, where you brought? I don't know what you asking me for. See, a lot of us just like that now. But you see, if you do something in front of Yom Suf Arif, as far as any one of us are regard, our children, our women, our brothers, I'm going to tell on you behind. Reason being, I'm going to put the folks on you. And I hope the Most High get on you too. Okay? I'm going to put those folks on you. And you may very well lie to yourself, say, Yom Suf, I'm going to get you, you snitching. Look at it. Let's break this down like you're 4 years old. I'm not a snitch. I'm on the Most High team. I'm not on your team. I didn't sign no contract with you to keep your dirt on the low. Now, if you mistreat, abuse, and sometimes kill one of us, and you certainly kill our babies, you certainly kill our women, you certainly kill our brothers, I'm going to put them folks on you. So you can call me what you want. Call me a snitch. It don't matter to me because it doesn't mean anything. What matters to me is how the Most High views me. So it's just that I didn't sign no contract with neither one of you talking about I'm on your team. A snitch is on your team. I'm not on your team. Okay? So don't try to think I'm gonna hurt your feelings. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. Because I know what team I'm on. And I'm gonna put them folks on you. See, somebody got to stand in the gap for our babies. Somebody got to stand in the gap for our women. And someone got to stand in the gap for our brothers. And it's just that simple. As an elder, I'm due diligent and more obligated to do no less in that regard, in any regard, for as those subject matters are concerned. Praise the Most High. Before I introduce my Isha, the administrator of Nasanya, and our and your dear friend, Brother Kaitriel, I'd like to give praise and thanks to the Most High, Lord of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaqub. Praise and bless your holy name. Bless you for every aspect or component of my life. Bless you for my hope to have my soul restored for your name's sake, having my health restored for your name's sake, especially in regards to my health. So, y'all, I can keep on standing in the gap as long as I can on this earth for our people, for our children, for our women, and for our brothers. Praise and bless your holy name. Y'all, thank you for wisdom and understanding. And thank you, y'all, for a double dose of humility. Praise and bless your holy name, and your holy name alone, y'all. Hallelujah. Nasanya, Esau, your mic is hot. May the Most High bless you. It's
Sorry,
right.
thank you, Yum Soup. I'm sorry. We had a wasp down here.
Oh, okay. Did you get him?
I sprayed him with some glass cleaner.
Okay.
But shalom, family. All praises to the Holy One of Israel. Happy to be back. Happy to be in the land of the living. Happy to be get back to the studies, get into the knowing. All praises.
All praise. Thank you, Esau. Go and get that wasp. Go, my love. Get the wasp before he gets you. Brother Cottrell, your mic is hot, brother. May the Most High bless you.
Shalom, family. Bless you, all my soul, and all that's within me. Bless his holy name. Giving all honor and praise to the Holy One of Yisrael, the Elohim of our fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael. Thanking him for all things and everything. Yam Sufari.
Yes, sir.
Back in the days, there wasn't no snitches, man. You know what they had?
Yeah, I know it, brother. When we were little kids, Nasanya and I was just saying the very same thing, brother Cottrell. A little 2-year-old brother Cottrell was trying to dodge bullets in Memphis, Tennessee, and they were shooting in the street. He dived on the car to save his life, but it wasn't saved, unfortunately. He was shot anyway. So it caused me some pain and concern, brother.
Yeah, I feel your pain, man, because I seen stuff like that up here too. I saw a video where they were having a shootout in a shoe store, a sneaker store, and a young lady with her baby hit the floor. She's hit the floor immediately to save her baby herself, and it's just a shame that it's like that when you go outside and just try to do some simple shopping, and you got to worry about being shot. But in ancient times, they didn't have no snitches; they had AOBs. You know what an AOB is?
What's that, my brother?
Avengers of blood. They had dudes that go out and get you if you kill somebody in their family.
Exactly. We need some more of those, brother.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that life is so cheap, but that's part of the curse that Yah said. He said that our lives would hang in doubt. There'll be no assurance of our lives day and night. And here we are.
So it seems to be the case, brother Cottrell. That's why we know this stuff by virtue of our studies.
Yes, sir. All praise to the Most High for making us aware.
All praise. You know, brother Cottrell, I thought you was going to make some reference to my Esau chasing after wasp.
I am, because she has a unique way of chasing Yah's creatures.
Hey guys, he's in the kitchen. Okay, he's supposed to be outside.
She hitting bees with the car and spraying wasps with some window wash.
Hey, look at leave my Esau alone. Hey, look at the son said if he hadn't came to her, she would have stepped in him.
Real talk, I'm serious.
Be careful with that window wash, because he might just wipe his eyes and come right at you.
No, I think it got him. It actually got him.
well, it got me. Nasanya had to. I was going outside in the garage, brother Cottrell, I think last week, and one just popped me in the head. Nasanya had to. Man, I had a swore on the. I didn't mess with that wall.
Listen,
so, yeah.
I'm like you, man. I love insects because they holy bowl. They don't
Right.
care how big you are. They'll attack you.
Oh, they will.
Yeah. They don't care how big you are. You could be Shaq.
They're gonna come at you.
Oh yeah.
As
small as they
are. Exactly. Well, they are synchronized by the Most High. They don't have no fear. And we need to be like those walls in some sense and stop hiding in our communities while our young brothers kill and murder us like a shooting gallery, and we ain't got to say anything. We so scared. Well, I don't want to snitch. Are you on a team? If you're not on a team, you need to put them folks on them. What is you talking about? Little baby shot in the street, women shot in the street. I'm not no snitch. You ain't nothing.
And the more that blood flows, what they say, blood calls for blood.
Exactly.
So if you don't stop it, it's gonna keep on flowing.
And that's what it's doing, brother Cottrell. So I'm not shocked about it, because we don't stand up in the gap for one another. We know thou shalt not murder. So How do you go before Yah and you know something happened? You know who did it, what he had, and so on and so forth. But yet I'm not no snitch. Okay, you tell that to the Most High.
And you might be next, whether you snitched or not.
That's what I'm saying, brother. You better be on the Most High team. That's what we suggest and apply. Praise the Most High.
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Well, Nasanya, Brother Khatri, fellow students, we're about to proceed. If you guys are ready to proceed, Brother Khatri, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Nasanya, are you now? If you done with the waltz, are you ready to proceed?
I'm good. I'm ready.
Is the waltz done with her?
That's what Daddy.
Exactly. I got my eye on him. I got my eye on him.
He got five on you.
I'm trying to let him out the back door.
Nasanya, that waltz got 6 eyes on you. All right. We're starting in the book of Job, chapter 37, a continuation of Elihu's, thinking in reference to the Most High and His Majesty. And I will begin those studies, and Brother Khatri will continue the studies in the book of Bereshit, whom you call Genesis, chapter 13. Abram's inherits Canaan, our land. Okay? All right. The land we're supposed to own. Okay. So let us get started. Well, let me turn back to Job and let us continue in the study. Let's proceed in the study. Chapter 37. Let us begin in these studies. At this also my heart trembles. This is Elihu speaking. And leaps from his place. In verse 2, hear attentively the thunder of his voice. Whose voice? Yah's. And the rumbling that comes from his mouth. Whose mouth? Yah. In verse 3, he sends it forth under the whole heavens. Yah's voice. His lightning to the ends of the meteorologists can tell you about lightning. They don't really tell you who controlled it. Yah does. In verse 4, after it, a voice roars after this lightning. We don't even pay any attention to lightning. When lightning strikes, a voice is roaring. Let's play close attention the next time we hear lightning and see, can we pick up on the roar of the Most High? He thunders with his majestic voice. He does not restrain them when his voice is heard. And in verse 5, Yah thunders marvelously with his voice. As I said, let's pay close attention the next time we hear lightning and the after effect. He does great things which we cannot comprehend. That's true. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8. That's very true, Elihu. And in verse 6, for Yah says to the snow, fall on the ground. Can your meteorologists say that? No, I don't think so. And I like a lot of these meteorologists, but they don't control the weather. The Most High does. Likewise, to the gentle rain and the heavy rain of his strength. They're all codified under the Most High. And in verse 7, he seals the hand of every man. Every man got a stamp, simply the beginning and ending of himself. That all men may know his word. That's why you got a beginning and the ending, that you humble yourself and know the work of the Most High. The beasts go into den. The beasts are codified. Brother Khatri, I made reference in Nasanya to that waltz. That waltz is codified. These beasts are codified to go into their dens and remain in their land. Why do you say they ain't got no map? They don't know what calendar year it is. They're codified by the Most High. I wish we were just as codified. These animals could teach you a whole lot. And remain in their lands in verse 8. Verse 9, from the chamber of the south come the whirlwind. No, they said nature. It's not coming by virtue of nature. Mother Nature is coming by the Most High. And cold from the scattering winds of the north. In verse 10, by the breath of Yah, ice is given. No, not from your Mother Nature. From Father Yah. And the broad waters are frozen as a result of Yah. Also in verse 11, with moisture, he saturates the thick clouds. He scatters his bright clouds. In verse 12, they swirl about, being turned by his guidance, his codification. that they may do whatever he commands them. They're codified, unlike some of us, how we ought to be, voluntarily, on the face of the whole earth. In verse 13, he caused it to come, whether for correction or for his name. Yah causes the weather to do what it do, how it do it, when he do it, by virtue of for his correction or for his land, for the earth, or for his mercy. And verse 14, Elihu speaks directly to Job. Listen to this, O Job. Stand still and consider the wondrous works of Yah. In verse 15, do you know when Yah dispatches them, controls the weather? Although your meteorologists may somewhat decipher the after effect, but you know the cause and effect of the weather? No, it's not Mother Nature. Do you know when Yah dispatches them and causes the light of his clouds to shine? In verse 16, do you know how the clouds are balanced? No, nobody knows. Mother Nature don't. Who is she anyway? Those wondrous works of him who is perfect in knowledge? In verse 17, why are your garments hot? Why you get hot? Why do we get hot? When he quiets the earth by the south wind. Do you know the cause and effect of that, Job? That's what Elihu is making reference to. And in verse 18, with him, Yah, have you spread out the skies, shown as the cast metal mirror? Simply to say, will you participate in those actions as far as the weather and the relationship to it is concerned? No, I don't think so. Wisdom, she was there. And in verse 19, Elihu says, teach us what we should say to him, for we can prepare nothing because of the doctrine. No one can really teach us what we can say to Yah. You can study the Most High by virtue of these studies and get some inkling as to how you should comport yourself in regards to the Most High. But as far as me teaching you, I can't teach you anything as far as your approach to the Most High. I can show you by virtue of these studies how you should comport yourself in regards to the Most High. But me just conjuring things up in my mind would be foolish. But some of you let these so-called preachers tell you everything. These jack-leg preachers who are taking everything that you got and then some. They think they know Yah. As in case in point, Elihu said, Job, you don't know Yah. You don't know how it works. And he says in verse 20, should he be told that I wish to speak? Can you, even I, Yamsuf Arif, Elihu is saying in reference to himself, should he be told that I wish? You can't speak for me. Nobody can speak for Yamsuf Arif. I can't speak for you. And you don't know how to, but a lot of these jack-leg preachers tell you every day. Your pastors tell you every day, I can speak to Yah. Yeah, put the money in the basket. Come on now. And in verse 20, should he be told that I wish to speak? If a man were to speak, surely he would be swallowed up. And that's simply the case. Surely you would be presumptuous of yourself to think you can speak for Yamsuf Arif, or I can speak for you to the Most High. I'd be swallowed up. I would be ludicrous. Hey, people, out there in Radio Land, Yamsuf can talk for y'all. My name is Pastor Yamsuf Arif. I can speak for y'all. Just send me some money. And y'all crazy as hell, y'all believe that. Okay? Elihu is making reference to I can't speak for you. You can't speak for me. If a man were to speak, surely he would be swallowed up. If we knew that case in point, when our nation they were jealous of Moses. And they were telling Moses, who you think you is? You studying something. You can't even halfway down. Moses, you're a studier. Your brother Aaron spoke for you to the Pharaoh. I don't know why y'all speaking to you. Well, he need to speak to us. And so they got what they asked for, and they couldn't handle it. So you need to speak to the Most High for yourself, like Moses spoke for himself. You need to learn the Most High for yourself, like Moses humbly knew the Most High for himself. Okay? Because when Most High spoke from that mountain, they read to the tents. I can't stand it no more. They didn't need no pastor preacher to speak for them. They ran to that tent and they told Moses, check this out. We were presumptuous. I think y'all is doing a good job talking to you. Don't say nothing to us. So be careful. And don't nobody speak for you. Moses didn't really speak for the nation. Most High was an instrument that the Most High used to educate the nation. And he did speak in some cases. And he prayed for the nation that the Most High didn't take them out. Okay? And so anybody can pray for someone. But it's incumbent upon each of us to speak for ourselves as far as the Most High is concerned. And in verse 21, even now men cannot look at this light when it's bright in the sky. You take your glasses off. You take your shades off. That's how awesome the Most High is, Elihu is saying. You can't look straight in the sky with the sun shining down. You can't handle it. You can't handle the power of the Most High. When the wind has passed and cleared them. Then verse 22. He comes from the north as golden splendor, by reference of the Most High control of weather. Where Yah is awesome majesty. And certainly that is true. Case in point. And in verse 23, Elihu says, as for the Almighty, we cannot find him. No, you can't find the Most High. A lot of those people tell y'all, he in heaven. You don't know where the hell Most High is. Okay? That's heavens. They ain't just one. And he ain't gave you no open invitation to come to either one of them. Okay? So you keep flying your little rocket ships up there. Just like the Tower of Babel. You may get what you're looking for. And it ain't going to be what you want. I can assure that. And Elihu says, in reference to Yah, he is excellent in power. Case in point. In judgment, case in point. Abundant justice, case in point. He does not oppress. Yah ain't little-minded. Yah not like Donald Trump. Yah not like Elon. I'm going to get them folk that did something to me. Yah don't care what you did. You ain't going to hurt Yah with what you own. Yah going to handle you judiciously and correctly. Ain't no, well, I'm going to give Yamsu, because he says Yah ain't like that. If Yah get Yamsuf Arif, it's because what Yamsuf Arif did and unsaid. And it's not no payback. Yah don't do no payback. Yah ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Yah just go handle you. It's just that simple. That's what Elihu is alluding to. And he says in the final verse, therefore men fear him. Who is the him? Elon Musk? Donald Trump? No, I don't think so. Yah. Praise Yah. It should be. And why? He shows no partiality. Just like Elon Trump and Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and sometimes our brothers and sisters of this universe, and people of different nations. He shows no partiality to any who are wise of heart. If you are wise of heart and you have the admission fee for wisdom and understanding, which is Shitaya, fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. If you have that admission fee and you search diligently by virtue of your studies, Yah has some lack for you and some regard for you. If you're simply going about doing what you want to do, how you want to do it, and when you want to do it, or what Pastor so-and-so, Chicken George, Reverend so-and-so, or whatever, it ain't going to be too pretty for you. And let me reread that again, that last statement. And I changed my... I know, Sonia, will you do me a favor, my love, and read that last statement? Because I turned away from that page. Will you do me a favor, read that last statement?
The last verse?
Yes, ma'am.
24.
Yes, ma'am.
It says, therefore, men are in awe of him, whom none of the wise can perceive.
Mm-hmm. Reread it one more time, Nasonia.
It says, Therefore, men are in awe of him, whom none of the wise can perceive.
And mine reads, Lasagna, he shows no partiality to any who are wise of heart. If you think you got some simply book knowledge, you went to your university or you ascertain a vast reservoir of information, that in itself will not suffice. You have to have a connection with the Most High, and you have to utilize wisdom and understanding. And that in itself is simply not enough. You had to be codified like those animals or like the universe as Elihu alluded to. You had to put in work. Simply having wisdom and understanding and not putting in work, or simply knowing the Most High and not putting any work, it's simply not sufficient. It must be action indicative of the work with the Most High and action indicative of the work with wisdom and our understanding, not simply saying, I just got it all, I don't need to do nothing. And the Most High is just going to come to me. It don't work like that. It never was designed to work like that. It was designed to be humble before the Most High and codified just like those animals, just like the universe, codified with the Most High. Praise the Most High and bless his holy name. Thank you, Lasagna. Lasagna, do you have any comments or commentaries in anything in regards with what we just studied?
It was kind of two things that I kind of just noticed since we've been Elihu's Elihu talking.
Right.
I noticed how Job is quiet. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't rebutted or anything. And I noticed that even though Elihu is harsh in his judgment. That's one of the bugs got zapped. Even though he's harsh in his judgment, the things that he speak is true.
It's
about
true.
The moment.
It's true. Well, can I speak? Can I respond in reference to the question that you statement you made in regards to Job not responding?
Yes.
Job appears to me to be a brother, even in his dire straits, to not get out of sight of himself. He was a man to appear to exercise common courtesy when anybody's speaking. He didn't cut them off. He let them speak, unlike some of us. You can't even get 2 words in. Everybody won't talk.
Right.
Job was a brother that had common courtesy. When somebody's speaking, whomever they were, young folks or either elders, he would let them complete their statements or whatever, and then he would say things. But he didn't cut people off. A lot of us need to be a whole lot like Job, Lasagna, because why? The Most High said Job is a righteous man. If that is indicative of righteousness, shutting your mouth and letting people talk and letting them finish their talk, then you make your statements. That's good enough for Yom Sufari. Is it good enough for you, Lasagna?
Yeah. I just noticed that, I was thinking, in my mind, it was like, the thing, even though he's harsh in his judgment, the things he's speaking about the Most High is true. So, you can't argue with the truth. So,
Well, they can, Lasagna, but they shouldn't.
Yeah.
They can, but they shouldn't.
Yeah.
You got some of us in Lasagna argue with a stop sign.
That's craziness. Okay.
It's true. Praise the Lord.
But thank you. All right.
Thank you, Lasagna. Brother Cottrell, you have the mic.
All praise to the Most High for another interesting lesson in the book of Job. And Lasagna caught my thought because I like Elihu, because I like Job because he's allowing Elihu to hang around.
Exactly.
He's not like get out of here, young whippersnapper. I don't even want to hear what you got to say. You ain't got no weapon. You can't tell me nothing. And the fact that Elihu is speaking profound truths that most people of today aren't even aware of, right? Because they call it Mother Nature, like you said. When you see thunder, when you see lightning and you hear thunder, we always, as a people, said that the Most High was speaking. And a lot of us, our parents made us turn up the TV and the radio when them thunderstorms came through out of respect, Most High speaking. And we could see that Elihu knew something about the Most High speaking, because you mentioned it, Yam Suf, when the Most High spoke to us at Mount Sinai, at the Mount.
Right.
Horeb, Mount Sinai.
Right.
And he spoke and thunder and lightning. And it was so frightening, they couldn't stand it.
Exactly.
Apparently, Elihu knew that Yah speaks through the thunder and lightning. Not only that, but he mentions that the whirlwinds come from the south. And that's amazing to me because every time we have tornadoes or hurricanes, it's always down south.
Exactly.
And then where does the cold come from? He knows that the
North.
cold comes from the north.
Exactly.
And he makes mention of both those things. But he doesn't attribute it to nature. He makes the right attribute and attributes it to the wonders and the magnificence of the Most High Yah. He even mentions that a man can't even stare into the sun without going blind.
Exactly.
And for people to believe that God is a man when man can't even look at the sun for 5 minutes, that's ludicrous.
Exactly.
And the fact that he says that Yah can't be searched out, no matter how wise you are, you can't find Yah out. In other words, you can't really question what Yah is doing.
Exactly.
So it's a very intelligent young man, and I can see why Job had him hanging around and didn't really shut him down when he was speaking, because he had a lot of interesting things to say. And maybe a lot of people should pick up on what Elihu was saying, even though he's trying to correct Job in a wrong matter.
Yeah.
But he's saying a lot of right things.
Exactly. Thank you, Nasanya. Thank you, Brother Cartier. You both were certainly right on point in regards to Elihu. And sometimes we're quick to shut young brothers and sisters down, which we should. In some regards, we should. In some regards, not shut them down. Let them speak and say what they got to say. Don't cut them off. Let them speak and say what they said. And certainly in regards to Elihu was right on point, but the wrong person. Praise the Most High. Thank you, Nasanya. Thank you, Brother Cartier.
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Well, fellow students, Brother Cartier is about to proceed to the last segment of the study for the day, which is chapter 13, Battle of the Sheep, whom you call Genesis. It speaks about the inheritance of Abram, the father of the nation. Brother Cartier, you have the mic.
Praise Yah. I just want to say this about Elihu, that he showed respect to his elders.
He did.
He didn't jump in while they was talking. He waited till they finished and then had anything else to say. That's when he jumped in and gave his opinion. So he showed respect. They showed him respect. And it shows that the elders and the youth can communicate and get along with each other.
Exactly. It's a play off each other. The young guys, the young women respect their elders, and the older gentlemen and the older sisters respect their youth, because we all need each other. Bottom line, the young need the old need the young. We're connected together. We're codified, just like those walls that my lovely wife is trying to dispatch.
I'm not.
Be careful now, because those wasps are codified.
Yeah, no.
If you hit one and let it get back to the nest, they're gonna come back with a whole crew.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I know my Esau, he ain't making it back. Okay. Yeah. You know the son, your brother Cartier. Cartier, you know the son didn't let the deer get back, okay? You think you gonna let her walk?
Come on, that deer came at me, man.
Please don't use the car on the wasp.
You know what? Come on.
Leave my Esau alone, Cartier.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Nasanya. Well, fellow students, Brother Cartier about to proceed to the last segment of study for the night. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. And you had a title for this chapter, Yamsu?
Yes, Abram's inheritance. Inherits Canaan.
Abram inherits Canaan.
Right.
Praise Yah. Do we know what Canaan is?
Yes, our land.
More than that.
Mm-hmm.
What was it before it was our land? It was Canaan land.
Yeah, Canaan land. Yeah.
It belonged to the Canaanites.
Canaanites.
Who was the Canaanites? Who were the Canaanites?
They were our kinfolks.
No, they're not.
Well, they wasn't, because they were from Cain.
They from Ham.
Yeah.
Ham.
Mm-hmm.
Ham's youngest son. Remember
Canaan.
that Noah cursed Canaan, right?
Right.
So Canaan is a descendant of Ham. They try to say that Ham was cursed, but we know that Canaan was cursed. So we see that Abram inherits Canaan, his land, the Hamite. That's important because they call Hamites African, right?
Exactly.
So in modern terms, Canaan was an African
Exactly.
Hamite. We
Break
say
it down to him, brother. Break it down to him, brother.
we say Hamite, y'all say African. Okay.
Mhm.
So the proper term is Hamite. Canaan was a Hamite, and Abraham, our father, was about to inherit his land. Chapter 13 of the book of Bereshit goes on to say, it says, then Abram went up from Mizraim, which y'all call Egypt. He and his wife was Sarah, and all that he had, and Lot with him to the south. Abram was very rich in livestock and silver and in gold. And he went on his journey from the south as far as Bethel, to the place where his tent had been at the beginning. So he made a full circle. He went to Egypt and came back to Bethel. Between Bethel and Ai, to the place of the altar which he had made there at first. And there Abram called on the name of Yah. Okay. So our father Abram, he wasn't a priest. This is before the priesthood was established. And he was allowed to make offerings to the Most High, just like Cain and Abel and even Noah. This was the practice. When Yah did something for you, you had to give deference back to Yah. So Yah codified us as a nation. We can't do sacrifices like Abraham, our father, did. When Yah does something for us, we have to go straight to the priests, which we don't have anymore because they broke those codes up. Our ancient fathers broke those codes up. So all is lost, not lost, because Yah's going to reestablish it. But we see that there's a pattern with our father Abram, his spiritual relationship with the Most High. Lot also went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents. Now the land was not able to support them. They were so rich that they might dwell together, but their possessions were so great that they could not dwell together. And there was strife between the herdsmen of Abram's livestock and the herdsmen of Lot's livestock. The Canaanites and the Perizzites then dwelt in the land. And we're talking about a multitude of nations, at least 7 Canaanite nations that Abraham and Lot were in the midst of. And we're going to see that as we go on. It's not just one people, one land. They were a conglomerate of nations. The Canaanites, the Perizzites were one branch of the Canaanites. So Abram said to Lot, please, let there be no strife between you and me, and between my herdsmen and your herdsmen, for we are brethren. What did Abraham call Lot? His brother, when he's actually his nephew. He treated him as an equal, not as a nephew. Because we know how we treat our nephews, right? We don't treat them like partners. Lot went out with Abram, our father, and Abram is treating him not as a subordinate, but as an equal and a partner. So their herds are too big for one another to dwell in the same place. So they have to come to an agreement. We have to go our separate ways. And Abram is making Lot an offer. So Abram said to Lot in the 8th verse, please let there be no strife between you and me, and between my herdsmen and your herdsmen, for we are brethren. Is not the whole land before you? Please separate from me. If you take the left, then I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, then I'll go to the left. That's pretty fair. That's pretty just. That's showing that he's balanced, that he's not trying to take the best for himself, but he's giving his nephew an opportunity to branch out on his own. And Lot lifted his eyes and saw all the plain of the Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before Yah destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, like the garden of Yah, like the land of Mizraim as you go towards Zoar. Then Lot chose for himself all the plain of the Jordan, and Lot journeyed east because he saw the land was well watered. He ain't got to worry about digging no wells. He saw that, it was enough, food for his flock. Probably was the best choice insofar as the eye could see. In his mind, Abram dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of the plain and pitched his tent even as far as Sodom. But the men of Sodom were exceedingly wicked and sinful against Yah. So the grass is not always greener on the other side. Even though it looked good, it was well watered, you got to deal with the wicked people that are there. And Yah said to Aram, after Lot had separated from him, lift up your eyes and look from the place where you are, northward, southward, eastward, and westward, a full panorama, full circle. For all the land which you see, even where Lot is at right now, I give to you and your descendants forever. And I will make your descendants as the dust of the earth, which we already are. So that if a man could number the dust of the earth, then your descendants could be numbered. That's a lot. Arise, walk in the land, go through its length and its width, for I give it to you. Then Abram moved his tent and went and dwelt by the terebinths of the trees of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and built an altar there to Yah. And there goes that reciprocal relationship again. Yah gives to Abram, and Abram wants to give right back to the Most High by making a sacrifice or making him an offering. So this was the code and the MO that our ancient fathers used to communicate spiritually with the Most High. And obviously the Most High was well pleased with our father Abraham in order to give him the lands of Canaan, which were inhabited by Hamitic people, the tribe of the Canaanites, the nations of the Canaanites, 7 nations altogether. And the term we would use today, we would say they were African. And Canaan, the land of Canaan is connected to Asia. They made the Suez Canal to split the continent. And that's the only reason that Africa is not connected now to the continent of Asia. But back then, Africa was connected with the continent of Asia. And we know that the Hamites occupied the land that they're fighting over, the territory that they're fighting over now, especially in Gaza, Palestine, Jordan, Syria. These are the places that the Canaanites occupied. Praise Yah and bless his holy name.
Praise Yah and bless his holy name. Thank you, Brother Cargill. Thank you, fellow students. Lasagna, do you have any comments in regards to anything? I don't have any as far as Brother Cargill, because he did a wonderful job at bringing that to our attention by virtue of these studies. But Lasagna, do you have any comments in that regard? What Brother
he had made a point. I had when he was reading it 13 and 8, I made a notation down there when he called Lot his kinsman, his brotherman, and I had just made a notation, and he had already, commented on it. So I was like, "Hey, okay." So that was mine.
Great point, Lasagna. And the thing is, we need to treat our brothers, even though they may be nephews, cousins, and things of that nature. The bottom line, children's, they're still your brothers and their sisters. Bottom line. And you should treat them accordingly in that regard. Praise the Most High. Well, Brother Cartier, do you have anything in addition to share?
There's a quote that says, "Look to the rock from which you was hewn, the hole of the pit from which you was digged. Look to Abraham, your father, and Sarah, your mother." And we need to pay close attention to the actions of our father Abraham in his dealings with the Most High and his dealing with his family. We have family dynamics now. We have uncles and nephews and aunts and nieces, and they don't go as well as we see here with Lot and Abram. Our father Abraham treated Lot like a brother, like an equal, And a lot of times uncles don't treat their nephews on an equal plane. So we need to learn from Abraham that our family is family and that we need to lift each other up instead of tearing each other down.
And
Praise
that's the bottom line. And you better believe it. Brother Cartier made a valid point there when he said, look to the rock where you were hewn from, Abram. See how he comported himself and exercised himself in accordance to his family, and certainly in accordance to Lot. Now, he wasn't shooting at him. He wasn't shooting bow and arrows at him. He wasn't throwing boomerangs at him. He treated him as an equal. And we should learn to treat each other as equals. I don't care if they're your children. I don't care if they're your brothers. I don't care if they're your cousins. The bottom line, they're still your brothers, and treat them accordingly as such. Brother Cartier, you made a valid point, and I'm glad you did so. Praise the Most High.
Praise God. Most people,
yes.
Most people, when they did what Abraham did, like the choice is yours. If you go left, I'll go right. If you go right, I'll go left.
You're right, Cartier. They would have made the choice first.
Yeah, because Abraham led Lot out there, so like he could have told Lot, "You go that way. I'm taking this land right here."
Exactly. But you know what key component, Brother Cartier? Abram was a humble brother. He didn't look out for his best interest. He looked out for everybody else's best interest. He took the risk. Okay, all right, nephew, you gonna get what you want. I'm gonna get whatever. Because fine analysis, I have the Most High. You have the Most High. Wherever we at, we're gonna get what he's got. And that's just that on that.
And that's the real key, which caused him, our father Abraham, to live what? Fearlessly. It didn't matter. It didn't matter for him. He was fearless. It didn't matter where he went. He had the Most High.
And that's how it all be. Y'all said, fear not, Brother Cartier, Nasanya. Fear not. You walking about all your life in trepidation and fear, something ain't right. Praise the Most High.
You ain't living.
From the rock you were hewn from. Brother Cartier, you about to say something?
I said, if you're living in fear, you're not really living.
No, you aren't. That's just existing. Praise the Most High. You scared of Donald Trump, Elon Musk, scared of our young brothers and sisters. Yeah, I mean, you just living. There's no way to live. You're gonna have high blood pressure, diabetes, and everything else. Go along with it. Don't be scared of nobody. It's just dead on that. Praise the Most High. Well, thank you, Brother Cartier. Thank you, Nasanya. Nasanya has done her due diligence and more obligation as a sister, a daughter of Zion for this nation, by helping to provide the facilities of these studies by virtue of her administering these studies. And then her great comments and her contributions as far as her comments are concerned, and sharing in the readings from time to time. And I want to thank Brother Cartier. May the Most High bless him for his endeavors, for his humbleness, along with Nasanya, her humbleness, for his due diligence, more obligation to the nation and the Most High, by virtue of providing you these studies as an elder, as Yamsu. But in this regard, we can do no more. It's incumbent upon each of you to do something for yourselves. Nasanya, as a daughter of Zion, has done her part. Brother Cartier, as an elder of the nation, has done his part. Yamsu also. It's incumbent upon you to do something for yourself. Become codified. Take the antidote. Trust in the Most High Word. Lean on the Most High Word. Rely on the Most High Word. Meditate on the Most High Word. And let the Most High Word be your footsteps. Praise the Most High and bless his holy name. You see, what we've learned, the Most High Word is going to work in spite of us and our irregardless of us. But individually, in the case of Abram, in the case of Job, and so on and so forth, individually, the Most High Word can work for you if you work it. Praise the Most High and bless his holy name. Now I will ask my Isha and Nasanya, the administrator of the show, to make her closing remarks and comments. Then I will ask Brother Cartier, our dear friend, fellow elder, and brother on the council, to make his closing remarks and comments and to close it out for the night. Praise Yah. Nasanya, you have the mic.
Shalom and good night, family. Until tomorrow.
Short, quick, and sweet, the way I like it. Shalom and good night, Nasanya. Brother Cottrell.
Oh, praise to the Holy One of Israel, and may the words of our mouth, the meditation of our heart be acceptable to him, our rock, our redeemer, our father, our king. May he continue to bless and be with us. Shalom and good night.
Shalom and good night. Hold on.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, yes, I am. Yes, sir. Better believe it now. Hold on tight. Yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and not by might. See, the Most High, He is watching us, watching us. You got His eye on tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And He has done for us so many things. Cured many of pain and sorrow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, my brothers and my sisters, all. Let's get together now before we fall. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause see the hard times they have just begun. Just begun. I said you better hold on, better hold on. Hold on, Israel. Hold on, yes, sir. Hold on, believe me now. Hold on tight. Hold on tight. Oh, yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and not by might. See, I know He's got the power. It's very plain to see. Yeah, yeah. He put the sun in the sky, and made many a blind man see. Hey, yeah. Come on, my brothers and my sisters, all. Hey, yeah. Let's get together now before we fall. Let's get together. For see the hard times they have just begun to be. Better hold on, Israel. Yes, sir. Hold on, better believe me now. You got hold on tight. Yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and not by might. Hold on, Israel. Yes, sir. You better believe me now. Hold on tight. 'Cause when the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed. You gotta hold on. Hold on. 'Cause when the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed. 'Cause the Father is watching you, and He will see you through. 'Cause when the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed. 'Cause the Father is watching you, and He will see you through. 'Cause when the clouds get gray, hold on. Hold on.